Hello and welcome to another podcast Midweek Message. 3 degrees C. The 3 degrees, they were singers, weren't they? 3 degrees C, which is 37 Fahrenheit, 73% water everywhere, humidity, 1031 millibars. So that's good. The flag, quite a breeze, and it's raining, quite a breeze from the east. We don't like the beast from the east, do we? Message from number 2 daughter. The other side of the South Downs, north of the Downs, it's snowing. Only a dusting, but it is snowing. And they have said that we're going to have snow here today. Again, I don't know about weather forecasts and all that, as you know, all the headlines and all the nonsense they come out with. I've still got this cold, so sorry if I sound a bit bunged up. Just one of those things that happens in the winter months, isn't it? Talking of the winter, shall we have a break from the winter? I realised this morning, all I've done for the last couple of weeks or more is bang on about the winter. I found a recording, which I think was from last year when I was in the woods. We were on the Isle of Wight, one of our Isle of Wight holidays, when we went for a walk in the woods, and I recorded the birds singing, because I thought it sounded rather nice, and this is it. What do you think of that? Isn't that lovely? That reminds me of the summer, the sounds of summer, rather than banging on about the winter all the time. My nephew said the other day, we were talking about the big bird thing this coming, when is it, the weekend? You know, where you do a count of the birds you've seen in your garden and you send them off to wherever it is. He said, why don't birds sing in the winter? Because he remembers that in the summer months, you wake up in the morning, there's the dawn chorus. They're all singing their heads off. And he said, why don't they do that in the winter? I don't know, to be honest. Why don't they do that? Raise rants at protonmail.com. Why don't the birds do this dawn chorus in the winter, I wonder? Moving on, email from Ellie. Hello, Ellie. Ellie wants to know, she says, I know that you don't do politics, which I don't. She says, but why do you think everyone seems to be so full of hatred these days? I have noticed that, Ellie. There's a lot of hatred about. I don't know what it is. I think it's social media, isn't it? A lot of people, what are they called? Keyboard warriors. They sit there, they hate this and they hate that and they're going to do this and that and the other to people. I don't know, Ellie. I can't answer that. Anyone answer that? Does anyone agree with that? The whole world seems to be full of hatred at the moment. Not a subject I really want to talk about on the podcast episodes, but it's interesting all the same, Ellie. So anyone else agree or disagree with that? The world seems to be full of hatred these days. Oh, I forgot, Ellie did go on to say, was it like that in my day when I was in my teens and earlier years? Not that I remember, Ellie. No, not that I remember. Of course, we didn't have social media. We just had the radio and the television and the newspaper, and that was totally different, of course. So that's answered that question or not. I just popped out into the garden because the rain has turned to sleet, so we might well get snow later. I've put an old bed sheet that Trish found me over the raspberry plants. What are they called? Raspberry canes, aren't they? I put that over them because I don't want ice getting on the little bud. You don't want your buds iced off, do you? Talk about, what is it, a brass monkey or something. You don't want your buds frozen off. So that's covered that up. I know the sheet will get soaking wet, but it's only while the weather conditions are really cold. Jack, hello, thank you for your email. He says, how's the dry January going? It's going all right, except for last Saturday. We went to our club to see a live band, so I did have a couple of beers there. A friend said to me, oh, epic fail. You're supposed to be doing dry January. You failed. As I said to him, it's not against the law. I haven't broken the law because I had a couple of beers. Both Trish and I are doing this dry January thing to lose a bit of weight. Not that we drink much anyway. We normally only have a drink at the weekend, and sometimes not even then. He said, well, why do dry January if you're going to fail? Well, it's to lose a bit of weight, that's all it was. Years ago, a friend of mine, he drank too much, which he admitted. And I said, why don't you do dry January? Oh, I can't. He said, I can't. Anyway, I said, look, I'll do it with you. We'll both do it. He said halfway through January, he said, this is really helping me. I feel great. He really did feel great. And after the dry January, he cut down on his drinking considerably, so it worked for him. A lot of people drink too much, I know that, and they admit it. I know lots of people who drink far too much. So I think dry January does help. At least it's a detox, isn't it? Is that what they call it? A detox. It is now snowing quite hard. I can see from here it is snowing hard. But that doesn't matter because we're not going anywhere today. We're staying here in the warm. I was going to play the birds singing in the woods in the background throughout the whole episode, but we don't want to upset anyone, do we? We don't want anyone to be offended or triggered. I don't want to trigger anyone. Perhaps I should put a trigger warning at the beginning of the episode. Warning, Will Robinson, birds singing in the woods. Now I'm being silly. Raise rants at protonmail.com. Do email me. I'm always saying that. Eel-mail? No, don't eel-mail me. Email me. It'd be great to hear from you, as always. Is it snowing where you are? Cripes! Look at the snow on the roof over there. They've got solar panels on their roof, and they've all turned white. That's come down pretty fast in the last 10 minutes. It's now Tuesday morning. We have lovely sunshine, clear blue sky. Temperature is 0 centigrade, which of course is 32 Fahrenheit. Snow everywhere, and of course ice. A lot of road accidents being reported. Roads closed because of accidents. Really is a lovely day, but it is causing a lot of problems. Not the snow, the ice. Okay, I shall end this here. Thanks for listening, and as always, I shall see you on Sunday. Don't know what it's going to be about yet. I won't go on about the weather, I promise. I probably won't even mention the weather on Sunday, apart from to say what the initial temperature is. Right, behave yourselves or not. Have fun, whatever you do. Have fun. Enjoy life. And I will see you on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye for now.